Hello. I don't know what happened. I was doing a video and then all of a sudden it seemed to go berserk. So now, what I was actually saying in the last video was that you can see this line here. See how fine these lines are here. So if you're engraving and you engrave and just leave the line like that, you see it gets a little bit boring, and well, it doesn't show much. Now this here, because I put the shadow underneath here, it brings out a sculptural effect. So now I will try to show you how on the top here how the shadow will go. So I would darken underneath, you see, this is like your engraving tool comes back in here, and then it starts again under here. The light's coming from the top, you see, and then it's showing this shadow. It's casting a shadow. So if you make it too thin, it doesn't stand out. So it's like anything you put on the surface with the light behind it, it will show the thickness. You see, it's like a piece of wood here. You see how it's standing out now? It's getting that effect, where it's completely different from this initial line like this. So it's like when you're engraving, as shall we say a learner, and he's got this pneumatic or air-assisted, excuse me, air-assisted engraving tool, you know, from GRS or Lindsay. You don't just use one line, it gets boring. So if you can vary your lines a bit, you see, like this. I'm not going all the way over the top there, so you bring it underneath here. As I mentioned, the light is coming from the top. So it wouldn't come from here, but of course you need just a little bit more of a definition here. So you can see how it's changing, and I've done that all over this little design here. Well, I was doodling, and I've just discovered this one again, so I thought maybe I might finish it just to give a little bit of a demonstration. So even with this now, you see I'm coming back onto this part here. And of course I've got a rather large sheet of paper here, and it's on my lap, like I do most of my drawing on my lap. And sometimes I impede myself all the time by this. You see that line isn't a very good line. It was just done fine. So you would develop your line going around. It's large, as I mentioned, and I may not be getting it right here. So now here we got one here, you see, so you bring this one in here. So it's going under the fish's tail there, you see. So I put a little bit more darkness in there. So it creates the shadow. And of course this fish tail here, you see the light's there, so it needed a little bit more underneath here, you see. So that would give that, so that it will stand out like this one here. But the light wouldn't catch this part. You just maybe just bring a little bit in here, just like so. So what you're doing is you're creating your leaves, you see, like so. And maybe now, because as the sun or the light is coming there, you might catch this bit here, not so heavily, but you can just darken it and then taper it off in this area, you see, like this. And as I mentioned, if you make it thicker, it stands out all the more. But that's how I would suggest, to help you with your drawing, you will get this effect. You see, it's quite easy, really. And you don't really have to put a lot of shading in here. You could actually leave it like this if you wished. That's the problem. A lot of us, or a lot of the learners, are saying, how do we do the shading, you see? So you don't need a lot, maybe just a few strokes in here, and because it's darkened here, you emphasize the strokes coming in, like so. And the same as within your leaf here. Is it going to go over the back? Is it going to go here? This is doing it with the lines, you see, like you would do with an engraving tool. You will follow your lines around. And that's how we will do this. Now, well, that was just a short demo. Hope you like it. Goodbye for now.